And then I'm going to do this. And no.
Yeah.
Gizzy passed away.
Who?
James's parents, or James's dad and stepmom's pup. He was 16.
Uh,
That's unfortunate.
man, that ain't no pup. That's a grown ass man.
I'm sad now. I mean, you're not wrong. Gizmo, I guess, was 16.
Them Jose loyal.
Ew. Okay. Podcast is live with the homie. Oh, wait. At Carter. And then, let's see here. Oops. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh my god! Is that the boy? What's good, Julio?
Did you take a nappy poo?
No, I did my fucking CCNA test today.
Did you get the results back yet, or how long do you have to
Oh,
wait?
shit.
Nah, you get it like right after. Well,
Did you
not right after.
pass?
It's the most annoying shit. Yes, I did. The
Fantastic.
most annoying
Nice.
shit whenever you take a CCNA certification. Remember this, Isaiah, because like at the end of every CCNA test, they give you a survey that's like 15 minutes long, and they
I
don't give you
remember
your test
that.
results. Yeah, they
I
don't give you your test
remember
results.
that.
Yeah,
I remember that
most
too,
annoying
because
shit.
I remember taking the final like online test before my practical exam for Cisco 4 at MCC, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is like 50 questions.
Yeah, yeah, no.
I was actually so mad.
It's the most annoying shit, and it's the most stressful shit because you're just sitting there like, man, I don't even know if I actually passed this shit. I just want to get my score and get out of here. But no, I passed it by like 10 points, so. But these make degrees, my guy.
Bonkers. That's right.
But no. Then I went to go grab alcohol. So, right for me.
Yeah.
I got Shiner Strawberry Blonde. Because Shiner makes
Ooh.
really smooth fucking. They just make really smooth beer.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys start this shit yet?
Yeah, I'm live. All right. Welcome everybody to the podcast. I am your host Afro Black, coming at y'all with another episode with my co-hosts Mark House Portrait and Faulty. We got plenty of subjects for y'all tonight. Plenty of juicy ones, anyways. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I already tweeted everything out and put it in groups I needed to, so that's as much influence as I got. Why don't we start with the most out of the blue news that I've heard in like the last month and a half? 2K restores multiplayer shooter evolves peer-to-peer servers. Wasn't expecting that.
Yup.
Julio, did you know about this?
Yup.
Until I saw this article.
Yeah. Let's see here. No, that's just going into. Alright, so shortly before Evolve shut down, designer Matt Colville expressed his thoughts about the game's struggles. Quote, we never really saw 4v1 or solved 4v1 and caused more problems than we ever imagined, end quote, admitted Colville. We didn't really have a team to make a competitive shooter. We had a team to build a world. Neither heroes nor monsters used any of the same mechanics, made it very hard to balance new heroes and monsters. Following the server shutdown in 2018, the game remained functional via Evolved Legacies peer-to-peer connection. That functionality was lost months ago, and players made that known to 2K. Not only did 2K restore that functionality, it also brought back the online functions for Evolve Stage 2 in its entirety. With the servers restored, Evolve's player count on Steam has jumped from 18 on July 20th to 713 players at a time of writing. Players of Stage 2 have also reported functioning drop crates, which contain character skins. Drop crate functionality was previously a casualty of the server shutting down back in 2018. Though the game's servers have been restored, Evolve Stage 2 remains delisted on Steam. It's unknown if 2K will relist on the store, but regardless, the game is picking up traction as it currently is being streamed on Twitch. In the years since Evolve, Turtle Rock went on to release, obviously, Back for Blood, published by Warner Brothers, and that same year they also was acquired by Tencent, though it still maintains its independence. So, what do y'all think about that? Y'all gonna be playing it? What's going on? What's happening?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I physically do not have the ability to play it. Otherwise, I probably would give it a shot again.
That's
Not
fair.
gonna lie.
I mean, this article is how old? When did this one come out? Doesn't tell
Came
me.
in like earlier this week.
What's up?
Pretty shortly
Oh dang, he paused.
before
He cutting out
I
bad.
posted it. Beep boop 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 beep beep beep.
Jesus. Well, um,
Boop,
well, I
boop,
hope
beep,
that they bring it
boop,
back. That would be cool to see it back on Steam. Um, I
boop.
never gave the game a shot. It was a release title for the Xbox One, wasn't it?
It was, and it was a full
Mm,
$60 game
I remember that as well, and
first
then it
released.
eventually went free to play.
Yes, it was
And
about 2 years
beep.
after the original release that it went free to play. A lot of people were angry about it because of the reasons that people who paid for a game are angry when it goes free to play.
yep, that
I'm
kind of rage will never go away either. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I did that shit with Fall Guys, and I almost also did it with that one game that 2K came out with at the same time as Overwatch. What was it called?
Battleborn.
Battleborn.
yeah,
That's what it was. I did that for Battleborn too, and it's just like I understand that the game's died and you're trying to like put last minute like life into it. And to be fair, Battleborn did give you shit because of the fact that they went free to play and you had already
yeah.
paid for it, which I will give them that. But it was just like it was still a little bit of salt in the wound. So
God, dude, I still miss Battleborn.
Battleborn.
I did too. I actually thought it was pretty fun.
Battleborn was fun.
I actually enjoyed it more than
Imagine the
Overwatch.
timeline we live in if that fucking overtook Overwatch.
Dude, now
Imagine where we'd be as a society.
not
Right?
getting Overwatch 2.
We'd
That's where
bar-
we'd be, and
we'd
I'd be
probably
enjoying it.
be terraforming the rest of the solar system by now.
That's what
Let's
I'm
be
saying.
honest here.
But nah, Evolve was super fun. I remember I played it back on PlayStation. Yeah, I played it back on
Yeah.
PlayStation when it first came out. It was really fun. It was definitely one of the first. I think it was the first asynchronous like online game like it was, and
The
then
first big one I remember, at
yeah,
least.
and then that kind of paved the way for games such as like Dead by Daylight, games like what's another big one?
The
Can't just
newest
be
one
Dead
it
by
would
Daylight.
be Evil Dead.
Yeah,
Evil Dead, yeah.
Um,
Evil Dead.
let's see.
That Jason game that no
Jason
one
game,
ever
yep,
talks
Friday
about.
the 13th.
Oh,
That
Friday the
died fairly
13th, yeah.
quickly, which to be fair kind of
Yeah.
sucks, but at the same time it was the same gimmick, and from what I heard it was pretty easy to just like exploit the matchmaking game to where you just choose who wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Nah, and I mean, even I understand what they say when they said that, like, oh man, it was tough to like actually balance this
Yeah, that's fair.
because no one's on the same field.
But I mean,
And
to be fair, now they could like
Yeah,
take
I mean
lessons from Dead by Daylight at this point on how they
oh,
balance their game.
I wouldn't. Dead by Daylight's balance is pretty
yeah.
bad right now.
Oh, is
Evil
it?
Dead's got a
Oh,
pretty good
Yeah.
yeah. Evil Dead's pretty evened out.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight's player base actually dropped like 50% in the last 2 patches.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've not been making good choices.
Yeah. Well,
Oof.
they did the
So
NFT
excited
thing.
for the
They lost
yeah,
their partnership with Stranger Things, and
yeah.
then they just did a bunch of balance decisions that were really bad back to back.
Jesus.
But hey, there's more Resident Evil content coming.
Yeah.
Aren't you excited to play
Whoa.
as Wesker?
Please buy more product.
Gross.
Please enjoy Final Fantasy 3,
But
even though
anyway,
we fumbled the remake.
to stop shitting on that team for a while.
Alright.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I hope that Evolve honestly does make a comeback with the decreased population in Dead by Daylight. Maybe that'll give them enough steam to bring it back and hopefully give it a revival. Because I honestly want to see that game succeed. I think it was pretty unique for its time, and the monsters are pretty unique too, to be honest.
It still looks great too.
Even now,
It
it aged incredibly well,
Yeah, like
graphics wise.
it was pretty top tier. Like that was back when I could barely even play it like on my PlayStation, which was like probably about as good as I was gonna get at that time.
Yeah.
True.
So
Oh, what is this?
it was definitely
No, I
ahead of
don't
its
care
time.
about that button.
Hopefully it does make back.
Yeah, I think seeing some new content, new monsters, new hunters, and shit like that would be pretty cool. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Um,
Sweet.
let's see here. Let's save all the multiverses talk for later. We'll get into that
Okay.
later, because there's like 4 fucking articles in here about it. Why don't we get into this, Carter? Because you seem super ecstatic for this. HBO Max and Discovery Plus will merge into a single streaming service. What y'all think about that? Love it? Hate it?
So it's not so much what they're doing with the streaming service as it is everything that's coming from them doing what they're doing with the streaming service.
Uh huh.
Um, they've pretty much gone on record as saying so they canceled the Batgirl movie.
Yes.
Um, not like, hey, we're gonna finish it and dump it somewhere, not hey, we're this far into production, whatever. They just fucking pulled the plug,
Which is kind of wild to be honest.
which is insane in this day
Bro.
and age.
Yeah,
Like
it was even
even
finished. It was
yeah,
basically finished. They had a whole screening.
and it's not like it's a nothing cast. Like Michael Keaton and Brendan Fraser were in it,
Brendan
and J.K.
Fraser.
Simmons. Like there was a cast, and they were just like, no, we're done with this. It's fucking done. Dump it. And then when they announced that they were dumping it, they doubled down and said, we're only going to release DC movies that we have confidence in.
Jesus. Now I just want to see it to see how bad it was.
So not only did they do that, but the same day they confirmed the fucking Joaquin Phoenix Joker sequel with Lady Gaga being confirmed as Harley Quinn,
That sounds
which is all
fantastic.
but confirmed that it's going to be a fucking musical about the Joker.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No, they have the utmost faith in it, clearly.
I
It's gonna
hope
be
for their
great.
sakes.
Is Joaquin Phoenix in it again?
Yes.
Oh well. I'm guessing they're hoping he carries it again.
You
'Cause he
know,
definitely
someone's gonna
carried the
have
first
to.
one.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Well,
And then, like, not only are they doing that, but there's a shit ton of stuff that came out as like HBO exclusive content that they're just ghost pulling. Like, they're not even announcing it, they're just pulling shit. Even though it was, completely original content, it's not available anywhere else and it was made for that streaming platform. It's just gone.
huh.
So like they're creating their own fucking like lost media, assuming that no one's preserved it on a pirate site. And like, I don't know, like there's still rumors coming out with this giant fucking thing. There's rumors that like so far, I think the only two movies that are still planned to release as far as live action DC movies go are The Flash, the Ezra Miller Flash with Ezra Miller,
Uh huh.
and this fucking Joker musical. So like, as far as the posters go, they're 0 for 2 with me right now. Like I could be wrong. These could both be great movies, even though Ezra Miller should be put in a hole somewhere.
Truth.
Like it's baffling, and they haven't said anything officially about it yet, but there's a lot of insider leaks saying they're pulling a lot of like the DC shows as well. Like they
Ooh.
pretty much killed the Arrowverse. Like all the CW shit's done. Like it's just
Ooh.
done. There's rumors that they're going to cancel Titans. There's rumors that Doom Patrol's on the chopping block.
God
They're even
damn.
talking about they're even talking about canceling Harley Quinn.
Holy fuck.
That
Like
would be
nothing's
a bad
official
play.
yet, but like that is the level of like I don't even know if I would call it damage control that they're doing.
What? I just
Like
don't understand why they're doing it.
I mean, that's an overreaction. It's just what they're having.
it's an insane overreaction. Like it's insane that Netflix had the start to the year that they had, and there's still somebody that was just like, nah, we can do better. And now we're on that. Like their stock has fucking plummeted in the last 72 hours.
Oof.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, like most of the live action DC shit, I couldn't give a shit about. But them pulling Harley
No, but
Quinn, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
probably their
definitely a
best.
bad idea.
That's like their best running show right now.
$1,000,000%. I need to start watching season 3. I think the first few episodes have dropped.
It has.
Yeah.
But
And you guys should watch it too, because it's great. And if they cancel it, I'm gonna be pissed.
I do love Clayface in that show. Probably my favorite character.
Clayface is
Oh my
Clayface could
god,
solo
it's
carry.
Lady Gaga! He's
Clayface could solo carry a spinoff.
It's Lady Gaga.
dude, it's so amazing.
Like the
So
amount of
excited.
characters in that show that could carry their own spinoff show, I would watch just as intently as I do Harley Quinn.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's just the curse of DC. All of the live action is pretty garbage, and
And then the
then
animated stuff is some of the best stuff in the entire superhero medium.
perfect golden age. I watched
Yeah,
Reign of Superman like not that long ago, and that movie was dope.
yeah.
But nah,
I
That's
should go and watch
unfortunate, man.
Batman Beyond before they start pulling those off of HBO.
Right? Motherfuckers.
They will.
but nah, definitely. I think it's because like DC just hasn't been pulling its weight in the live action WB
It really
universe.
hasn't. Like, people
Well,
can
the
talk
live
shit
action.
about Marvel as much as they want, and I understand the criticism for the most part, but it's just like, clearly they're doing something right because, well, they've been making shit for the MCU for well over a decade at this point.
Yeah, they're still making
Well,
money.
not only that, but I saw someone on Twitter point this out as well. I think what made the MCU's golden age what it was is because you had Kevin Feige there, who wasn't just some fucking executive on a board somewhere that they threw onto a project. He was, he is a giant fucking Marvel nerd. He has been his whole life, and he was able to use that to his advantage to give
Make
us what
sure
we
that,
had between 2008 and 2019.
Yeah,
yeah.
they definitely didn't portray DC in the way it needed to be. They did a real grimdark bullshit thing that DC has never really been.
Yeah, because
They put it work.
with that Justice League thing, there was a comic line that they were following, right, with Superman getting revived,
There was, but
but
they
it didn't make any
way off
fucking
script.
sense.
They
Way
they
off
kill
script.
Superman every other year now. It's obnoxious.
Yeah. I mean, like I understand what they were going for because the whole Batman v Superman was supposed to be the kickoff, but the problem with that is they had Doomsday, who was a Justice League villain to begin with, pre-Justice League, and pretty much before like any kind of like DCU Superman wasn't beloved. Like he isn't the
No,
character that you can just kill and be like, oh man, everybody's invested now. That's not the way
no.
that works.
And
No.
Batfleck was not even an established character. He
No.
just shows up. He's like, "I'm Bruce Wayne. Superman's gonna go off his fucking rocker."
Yeah. I also
And like,
did hate that rendition of Batman, to be honest.
Oh,
yeah,
you didn't like that?
I love Ben Affleck. I think he's a great actor. He's made some great movies. I did not like him as Batman.
Yeah, he
Really?
was
I didn't think it was too bad.
I don't think the acting was bad. I think that version of Batman is bad. He
The
literally
only,
branded villains. He
yeah,
branded them. That's not Batman. That's like Punisher. That's
the
Yeah, that's fair.
only
some
Batfleck scene that I would go back and watch of my own accord is that fucking end scene they tacked on to the end of the Snyder cut of Justice League,
Oh yeah.
where he's like ready to fucking kill Jared Leto.
Yeah, plus he's just like his whole motivation during that movie was just off cuz like oh, well, Superman, he basically had Lex Luthor's whole motivation, and that's why he became Batman. And they did this weird foil thing between him and Lex Luthor. And then, like, Superman was supposed to be a catalyst of those two joining together. And then it turns out that it was really convoluted, and they were making a bunch of connections that never had existed and had no reason to exist.
Interesting. Yeah, see now
DC
I
always
don't I
comes up.
don't know nearly as much about DC as I do about fucking uh, Marvel, and even Marvel I'm still learning a lot every day. So it's just like I know very little of the continuity. Know very little of the comics. So I don't
I'm
know.
just
Like
much I've always been way more into DC than Marvel. So
that's fair.
like seeing seeing the it's basically a bastardization. Like I don't feel bad saying
Well,
that
yeah,
that's
look
what
at how
that
quick
movie
they tried
was.
and fucking sprint to Justice League.
Yeah, it was like, oh, let's get four different people in this movie. Like let's randomly bring in Cyborg for no reason without any
Context.
build up or lead, yeah, or context or like sure, everyone knows who Cyborg is. Like
I
that's
mean,
that's a
most
given.
people our age do, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's just like you also have to remember that the show that we grew up with, that we got introduced Cyborg in, was Teen Titans. But even then, we know some of his backstory, but we
Yeah,
don't know all of it.
yeah.
Because the show, obviously, they aren't gonna go super in depth into somebody's very, very traumatic fucking background when it's a show for fucking 9-year-olds.
I don't know,
Dude, I
bro.
don't
The
know. There's a
racism
few
episode,
episodes of that.
I don't
There's a
know.
few of those episodes of that show that went
Yeah,
insanely hard.
Cyborg was kind of like fighting racism at every turn in that show. It was pretty wild.
And then there's like the episode where Slade is just fucking with Robin to the point that everybody around him thinks he's like legitimately going schizophrenic.
Yeah,
I do remember that. That was a wild
Yeah.
fucking shit. That was a
Yeah.
wild fucking episode.
I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with Batman? Like,
Bro, I want to go back to my kids' show. What is
it,
this?
they did that on purpose. Like the shows, like if you go back and watch the episodes that had the English opening, were supposed to be like sillier
I do
and
remember
like
hearing about that. Yeah.
yeah, they were supposed to be sillier and like more lighthearted storylines, and then all the ones with Japanese opening, those ones would be the harder ones.
Up
I
your
didn't
ass
even
anime
notice that.
time. Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
no. I always noticed the switch up, but I don't
yeah,
remember what episodes it was because I figured that they were just switching it with the seasons. I think when I was growing up,
yeah,
that's what I figured it was.
Well, I mean, it kind of was, because season one was pretty
yeah.
lighthearted compared to the rest of it. So,
Hmm.
like, you gotta establish your fandom before you take them down. Fuck you, Lane.
That's fair.
Yeah, but
The old Adventure Time method.
all those episodes, God, dude, I need to rewatch Teen Titans.
I want to rewatch every single one with Blackfire.
show was good. All of the 3 episodes, including the one with the disgusting Glorpaforp.
That's right. God,
That's
I
my
wish that were
OC.
me. God, I wish that were me.
I wish I was that Glorp. It's nothing.
But
Uh,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
TV's scary. I'm just gonna watch Looney Tunes and eat ice cream.
yeah, good times.
I don't understand what corporations want.
yeah, I don't know. They were talking about making it free with ads, which
Don't do
take
that.
that how you will.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. Like HBO Max was like genuinely the best fucking streaming service out there. Like I would put it above Disney Plus. And this is this is coming from someone who screams about Marvel like an autist every chance that he gets.
That's
Like
fair.
HBO Max is just the better fucking streaming platform. And it's sad to just watch it nosedive like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
They're
just
gonna have a lot of, well, obviously they're still gonna have plenty of IPs to stream on there, but by getting rid of so much shit for DC, they're getting rid of a lot of the comic nerds that wanted to watch it.
yeah.
And I mainly just want to understand the reasoning that they have in their heads for gutting so much shit and butchering and just straight up just on the chopping block for everything. Like, are they trying to do another fucking DCU reset or some shit? I'm
I
confused.
They
hope
should
not.
not. They should not.
See, now you say they should not,
Whatever
but
whatever they do with the DCU, I don't care as long as they don't kick Margot Robbie out. I think Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is one of the best choices they've ever made as far as their superhero movies go.
Yeah, that's fair.
that's fair. But yeah, so good stuff. Well, why don't we move on to the next one by Kotaku? Let's see here. Title of the article is Blizzard asks Overwatch players if they pay $45 for a skin. Well, according to Julio, it just needs to have enough particle effects and animations.
Yep. I'd pay $100.
Yeah, shit.
Let's see here. Apparently, duplicate Overwatch skins and coins walked so that $45 skins could run. Those dastardly loot boxes containing randomized goodies might be a thing of the past come Overwatch 2's launch this year, but a recent survey suggests the hero shooter's monetization may become more aggressive elsewhere. Apparently, Overwatch 2's in-game store might charge you up to $45 for an individual skin, or at least Blizzard appears to be testing the idea. Recently, Twitter user Portergage, like Portapotty, I guess, uploaded screenshots from a survey their friend received from Overwatch asking them how much money they'd be willing to pay for skins and other rewards in Overwatch 2. The survey asked players whether they were very likely, somewhat likely, neither likely, or unlikely, somewhat unlikely, very unlikely, fucking hated it, to be inclined to purchase new rewards in the game. Let's see here. Asking prices in the survey were as follows. Mythic skin for $44.99. Legendary skin bundle including weapon charm, player icon, victory pose, voice line, name card, and spray is $30, or would be $30 hypothetically. Legendary skin would be $25. Emote highlight intro souvenir would be $19.99. Weapon charm would be $9.99, and 3 sprays bundle would be $4.99. This survey is entirely intended to better understand player preferences for different types of Overwatch 2 cosmetics. An Overwatch spokesman told Kotaku via email prices displayed in the survey were randomized per user and not indicative of final pricing. We plan to share details on our shop and Battle Pass system closer to our October 4th launch. Since the survey emails were sent out, its asking prices haven't gone over well with players. One Twitter user said, "Yo, I'd literally at any price would prefer buying Overwatch 2 instead of it being free to play with money grabs everywhere." Another Twitter user says, "And here I thought I was already getting gouged in Halo Infinite." um, And the last quote they got is, "I know some people are going to defend the prices and say don't buy ETC. It is free to play game. People like you who choose to defend this crap is why the gaming industry is going into an abyss, and also the reason why now BMW has a subscription service that you have to have in order to use your seat warmers.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, they charge you $18 a month, I think, to actually be able to have the software, have a license to the software that controls your heating,
That's
your
funny.
heated seats. Let's see here. During the Overwatch 2 event or reveal event, which detailed the game's seasonal roadmap and featured a cinematic trailer for its new tank character, Junker Queen, the Overwatch team clarified that Overwatch 2 won't have any loot boxes. The event teased that a battle pass and an in-game store is coming to the game. Obviously, back on the old Overwatch days, players unlock skins, emotes, voice lines, and sprays by leveling up and unlocking loot boxes. If players wanted to unlock a specific skin, like say the Totally 80s Zarya skin, they would either have to accumulate enough in-game coins from receiving duplicate items in the loot box to unlock the skin from her character gallery, or run a gamut of purchasing, or gambit, I'm assuming, of purchasing. Well, he I don't know. I've never seen that word before. That's new. Of purchasing a bunch of loot boxes in hopes that the skin would be among their spoils. Overwatch also has a dedicated in-game store where players can purchase loot boxes from real currency. In comparison to Overwatch 2's asking price for one mythic skin, buying 50 loot boxes costs players $39.99, exactly $5 less. So, what do you guys think about that? Like, would you guys rather them stick to the loot box system, or rather let you pay for what you want? Or have a
I
combination of both?
So the
I would rather that Overwatch 2 didn't exist.
Yes, I can agree with that.
I would still prefer that Overwatch 1 goes offline in October. Um, I really wish that Blizzard would stop taking the phrase "you're digging yourself a deeper hole" as a challenge, um, which seems to be the case for them this year.
this is to go even further beyond.
I have no love for this company. I am so glad I never got sucked into anything that they did beyond Overwatch. It is very sad to see this genuinely great IP get turned into a fucking Valorant clone.
True.
Um, I hope this game fails.
I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting that one.
I I don't
See the
I
ground? I
don't
need Overwatch 2 to go below it.
I don't want them to succeed with their current business model, because maybe, and I know I'm going out on a limb with the suggestion, but maybe some higher up at that company is going to have them pull their head out of their ass and realize that to sell a game, you need to make a game
That's
and not a
fair.
fucking microtransaction costume game with
All right.
guns. I
Guns.
just it agonizes me that literally everything that they have confirmed about this game is the exact opposite of what people were hoping for.
Yeah, that's fair.
And in most cases, what people were actively praying they would not do.
It said hold my beer.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, I kind of expect this game to be pretty lukewarm on release.
Yeah, and that's the exact opposite of what you want for a game fresh out of the fucking oven.
Yeah, especially for any game made by Blizzard. Like, no matter what, I don't think Blizzard is ever gonna die. As much as
People
people
wanted
might
to.
want it to, yeah, it's just never gonna die. There's too many people who are too invested. There's too much time sunk into it. Like,
People have a
literally,
lot of fucking a lot of memories surrounding that around their games and shit, and that's kind of hard to, like, don't get me wrong, they're a piece of shit company in a lot of aspects, but nostalgia has one hell of a grip on a lot of people.
I do not see myself playing Diablo 4, or I would not see myself playing Diablo 4 if it wasn't a day one Game Pass thing.
Yeah.
Like
So
I'm so fucking terrified to give them money because of what they've done with it the last 5 years.
that's fair. I can't blame you for that either.
No, but going towards the monetization of the game, I think that this is definitely bad. Like, because from what I'm reading here, it seems like there's no way for anyone to like unlock these skins if
Yeah.
they're free to play, which is
No.
always it always feels bad.
Yeah.
Like, I
No, because
get
like even I don't know, even Overwatch 1, there was the fucking, albeit it was a stupid long grind, but there was a means to get it just by playing the game.
Yeah.
but yeah, and this this is just flagrantly predatory.
It's just going to be Valorant with a little tweaking for like class roles. And they're going to use the cast of characters that they have to get everyone invested. So like, haha, funny monkey man that went to moon, and like that's going to be their in.
You know, God, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
$75 for a knife skin, please.
Shit. That's an extremely low end.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
I
Why
wish
is
they were
every
that
single
cheap.
Why
Yeah.
is every single game company just like, did they just like get into a meeting and say, all right, we're gonna collectively shit our pants right now?
Right now.
Like, cause fucking CS:GO had like a whole fucking rank reset wipe that set everyone back to the base rank. So right now, anybody who plays that game, you can be like Grandmaster Worlds 2, even though you're supposed to be down in fucking silver.
That's
And so there,
amazing.
yeah, and so there are people who are just like shitting on beginners right now, like
I remember
absolutely
that back in
destroying
the
them.
league days when they first introduced Flex Q.
Yeah,
Oh boy, that was the fucking Wild West.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, like,
Had fucking Sneaky and fucking double lifting them going up against fucking Bronze 5 fucking ADCs.
yeah, you know, I
You
don't
know
know,
who's
man.
not shitting the bed right now?
Oh,
Who
Fucking Devolver, man.
Devolver,
Devolver?
Devolver.
Devolver Studios, hosts of
Devolver
such hit
Digital?
upcoming games. Yeah, host of such upcoming games as Cult of the Lamb and The Plucky Squire.
I haven't heard of that one.
I think I seen you quote
Uh,
something on Twitter about Cult of the Lamb, but I don't know what the hell that
Cult
is.
of the Lamb, yeah. So Cult of the Lamb is a roguelike dungeon crawler town simulator where you recruit people to join a cult that you start to worship a god that resurrected you from being sacrificed, with the intent of having a cult ready for him that is so powerful and large in number, you will awaken him so that way he can destroy the world. So you are building this like compound for your cult of followers that you are finding in these dungeon crawling sections, but you're also defending your compound from people who are trying to destroy your cult to stop the monster from being summoned.
Huh.
And all of your characters have like randomly generated stats and attributes.
Is it like They Are Billions?
Not
No.
quite the same. It's not like a full blown city sim, but
It's not
like,
like an RTS City Sim or anything?
and
No.
no, there's elements of city building and like
You like, the hell
Animal
would be the
Crossing isms really.
closest? Yeah, it
Interesting.
is pretty much like Animal Crossing city building, and then you can like automate some of your shit by having workers like work at the shit you build.
Hmm. Huh. Okay.
Gonna be nuts.
All right.
Um, and then the Plucky Squire, they've shown off like 2 minutes of it, but the art style alone has won me over. It starts out as like you're just this little doodle in this kid's notebook, and you do stuff in the notebook, and then like midway through the trailer, he just blue skidoos out of the notebook, and it turns into like it's like an art style that reminds me of the Link's Awakening remake on Switch that came out a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
And then you're just like in the room where that notebook was at, and you're doing shit around the room. So it's like super small scale.
Whee.
It's oh my god, I'm so excited. It looks adorable.
But
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess I'll have to see what it looks like when you stream it next week, huh?
True, 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 true.
Twitch.tv/Markov's Portrait, by the way.
True.
too
It's
good
true.
for little people.
But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
As for
it looks
like,
nuts.
if I'm talking strictly about like their microtransaction system, regardless of how popular the game is, how bad it's gonna fall face flat on the fucking ground or whatever the case may be, I would honestly rather them put in a system where you can pay specifically for you want versus having to spend possibly like if your luck is really bad, hundreds of dollars to try and get a specific skin that you want. Now, granted, yes, they aren't forcing you. Yes, it is a choice and shit like that, but at the same time you could make the argument that they're taking advantage of some people's gambling addictions, whatever the case may be. I think that that system of having a thing where you pay specifically for what you want is perfectly fine. Now, would it be nice to be able to earn some of that shit or possibly all that shit with enough time in game? Absolutely. But strictly speaking about the microtransaction system, I prefer that one over loot boxes. Because the potential of you spending a lot more is there with loot boxes versus you spending, yes, $45 on a skin, but that's the skin that you wanted, so it's $45 flat. You're not paying anything more than that.
Yeah, definitely would want a mix of the two. I'm not gonna lie, cause
I mean, I like League system where you have the potential to be able to pull it from loot boxes, but it's just like it's not super incentivized to pay for the loot boxes. Like, yes, there are some premium skins that you can only get in the loot boxes, but I have yet to see someone that specifically hunts for those because the skins in the stores that you pay specifically for what you want are not terribly priced, and the most expensive skin that they have in the game is $30.
yeah, it's insane that that League and Fortnite have two of the best like monetization models out of any video game.
I'd
Both
agree.
Yeah.
like 12 and like 9 years old at this point.
Because let's go back to Julio's original argument of, or not argument, but statement of, as long as you put enough shit into the skin, I will pay $100 for it. They
I
do
will.
that in League, and they don't even charge you $100. They charge you 30.
Yeah. Like I understand
Yeah.
them being
How
more
much is that
expensive in
China money?
yeah, I understand how much more expensive things are to make in like a 3D game like
Yeah,
this, but like how much do you really want me to pay for a skin that is literally only for the benefit of other people? Because I'm never gonna see that in game.
yeah. No, that's another thing too. Like,
It's
I
true
like
that
that.
Overwatch is a
That's
first-person game.
that's
Yeah,
pretty much
like
that's one of the reasons why in Siege I mainly, if I'm gonna buy a skin, it's usually like the seasonal weapon skin because I can see my weapon. I can't really see my outfit.
yeah, because it's just like if I'm gonna be paying the money, I wanna get something out of it. Unless the skin is like super funny and cool, I'm not gonna pay for it because I'm not
Like a
gonna see.
like a
I'm not getting
$40
anything out of
Snoop
it.
Dogg bundle in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
But that comes with hilarious voice lines. That's different.
Like what?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
hi everybody, I'm
Snoop
Snoop Dogg. Burp, Snoop Dogg.
Ah,
Burp,
Hello,
Snoop
Snoop
Dogg.
Dogg is my name. Killing zombies is my game.
Hey Snoop, but cause yeah, cause I have bought $100 Smite skins. I'm not afraid to say that.
Boy,
I'm
have
a
you.
consumer. I
boy,
consume,
have you. I
but
consume, okay?
yeah, dude. But like they were worth it. Like the Cthulhu cartoon skin, that shit was dope. Like he gets giant and he's like really rubbery, and it completely changes what the character looks like and what it is, and they get special animations and special borders and special profile icons. Like it was
Crazy
worth
that
it.
it doesn't change the game though.
Hmm?
Crazy that it doesn't change the game though.
Yeah, like it doesn't need to. It shouldn't. If
Yeah,
I'm paying $100
yeah,
for a skin that can change the game,
yeah.
then
No,
yeah,
that's that.
undoubtedly do
I'm
I'm
not
just
down with
saying,
that
like,
sickness.
it's not. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. I
I
would
mean, that's
rather spend
fair. Don't get me wrong.
$100
I
on the.
understand why some people are opposed to skins and shit, like paying that abhorrent amount of money
I'm not
for
opposed to
skins.
Yeah,
skins.
like
Don't get me like.
at that point it's mostly for like the clout and the flex. Like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
I
Yeah,
have
like
this $100
don't
skin.
don't misconstrue it. Like there was a point in my life I had disposable income. I would buy a 50 stack of loot boxes every time there was a seasonal event in Overwatch. Like I used to be that. I get that. I don't know, man. I feel like an old man yelling at a cloud right now. But
Oh man, I
Listen,
have
we get it, man.
disposable income and I don't have to worry about anything. Could I use that for better things? Hell yes. Definitely I could use that for better things.
all I'm
But then I
saying
wouldn't
is
have the cartoony Cthulhu skin.
Yeah, I
one
wouldn't have the
hundred
cartoony
dollars
Cthulhu, and I wouldn't have the badass Hell skin that adds a whole new model, 3 new models actually, completely
one
changes the
hundred
base model of the
dollars
character.
on I don't know, $100 on a skin for a character in a game is equal to buying 6 copies of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, now available on Steam.
Well, I knew he was gonna compare it to fucking Isaac.
But
I love it.
yeah, I don't know. The game is free. Like the thing is, the game
Okay.
was free. I have all of the gods unlocked in Smite because I bought the $20 Founders Pack. I have There's literally nothing to do other than buy skins. I've spent $120 in that game. Well,
Which
$220
is
in that game.
like maybe 5% of what I've spent on League in the past
Like
fucking 8 years.
That's
there's
terrifying.
Yeah, no, I've spent like probably around 2 grand on skins in the game.
yeah, I've spent $400 in a single week on trading card games. Definitely
Well,
out
hold
of
on.
all
Was
the
it Magic
purchases
though?
I've made.
Because
It
Magic
was
has
Magic.
some pretty fucking wild pricings for some cards. Like
And it
I
wasn't for the
understand.
cards, it was for packs. I bought boxes for them.
Oh, you bought booster boxes?
Yes.
I see. Because here's the thing. Because obviously I started collecting cards again recently, and like I understand the reason why they're so valuable because it's a mix of like nowadays the reason why is because it's a mix of rarity, how hard it is to get the card, and the artwork. Like I understand to an extent why some of those cards are valuable, and then I also understand the other side of the valuable, like the value of them. Whereas when it comes to like playability, like you and Kane were talking about, like a deck for fucking Virtual World and Yu-Gi-Oh was like $200 because of the cards that you needed,
Yeah.
and you needed a set of 3 for like a playset, and it's just like yeah. But I
And it
mean,
wasn't even for like it was only for like 4 cards.
I mean,
For like a play set of like 4 cards.
and you'll have the people that say, "Well, why didn't you just buy the singles, bro?" And it's just like, "But it's not. I want the dopamine rush, man. I want to pull it from a booster pack."
And sometimes the
Yeah.
singles just they'll be more. Like the singles will
Sometimes,
cost more. Like
sometimes, but it also depends on how old the card is too. I would say is a bigger contender because, like, in reality, like let's say that I wanted a like a first edition Ho-Oh from like the fucking early 2000s, right? Like the one from Neo Revelation that I just got today, but the English first edition version. That card goes for about 250. Now, like that 250 up front, yes, that is expensive for a card. Or what I can do is try and hunt down booster packs, which each of them alone is around $200. So it kind of depends. Or if you like want to go with like a more modern set for Digimon, because you and Kane were talking about that recently. Um, the first anniversary for like the new 2020 like the 2020 reset of the TCG. They came out with a set that celebrated like the final forms of like the series is Digimon or Agumon and Gabumon, right?
Gabumon.
So in that set there was a ghost rare version of Omnimon that's worth like around $700. Now, yes, $700 is a lot to pay for that card. Or you can try and be lucky enough to pull it from one of out of the 24, like, because only one of them comes in a case. And there are 24 booster boxes in a case.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, I can buy that for $700, and that's all I have to spend, or I might have to possibly pay more because I'm gonna have to keep buying booster boxes until I'm lucky enough to pull it.
Yeah, I don't know. So the main thing that I have with that is that the secondhand market is completely consumer driven and is completely like priced based on what everyone else is willing to pay for it. Like
Yeah, basically, yeah.
what actually makes that worth $700? Almost nothing.
I mean, to be
Almost
fair, like
nothing.
nothing really makes like a booster box in general worth what it is either, because
Well,
it
yeah, but
takes,
that's set by MSRP. That's set by the
and that's
actual
fine,
company.
but that's still like technically you could also argue that if they didn't sell it at that price, they would have to lower it either through sale or clearance. But people are willing to pay that around $100 per booster box to actually sell it, because in reality, all those cards are just fucking like cardboard, and then they have like a sheet of fucking foil it or whatever the case may be, if it's a holographic card or whatever the case may be.
So right now the main problem with that is that the only people buying physical cards right now are either people who are going to tournaments or people who are avid collectors of those cards. The
Yes.
the only people paying for like physical cards now are the people who are either like trying to make actually it's specifically the people who are trying to make money off of those cards cuz online tournaments are a thing now. Pretty much every major card game has an online version now.
Hmm.
There's literally no reason to buy a physical copy of any card unless you really enjoy the art or you really just like want it. You really love that and that makes it worth more to more people. Cause like the CCG price boom didn't happen until COVID happened, and that's because
Yeah,
everybody
no,
got
no, I
sucked
heard
in with
about
a
that.
bunch of
Like,
fucking
because
startup.
I was trying to do research on a card grading service, and fucking I remember there was plenty of people that were just bitching and left and right about, man, this shit is so expensive now because everyone's trying to send in their cards all of a sudden to all the more popular, like the big three card companies, and they're super backlogged, so now everything's more expensive to get graded and shit like that. And I'm just like, all right, then use the cheaper ones. Well, that's not the same.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, but you guys dictate which one's more like in reality, the only reason why PSA is so popular is because a lot of fucking card collectors use them first, and then they seen that symbol is like, oh hey, that must be name brand, when it's really not.
yeah. No,
Like, in if actually, from what I've heard, PSA is the least strict out of the big three. It's actually not that very strict compared to the
yeah,
others.
it's pretty casual. It's pretty casual collector.
Whereas if I take it to like a card grading company like the one I'm thinking about taking it to now, like the fucking price that I would have to pay for that card company is $20. I would get back the cards, whatever I send into them within 30 days, be $20 per card, but I get it back within 30 days, right? If I wanted my cards back from PSA within the same amount of time, I'd have to pay like 50 plus.
Yeah,
And that's literally just because of demand. I don't know.
but
But
I don't
but yeah,
know that's honestly something I hate, and that's a whole conversation in itself.
that's a whole
I
nother
hate.
conversation.
Yeah, I just hate the scalping of card
Yeah, no.
games
The
because
scalping thing is what I hate the most. But
the
me personally, I don't really care for people that want to grade the cards to flip them, because in all reality, yes, like you can say that the card's value shouldn't really be hundreds of dollars, but you have to take into account the rarity, you have to take into account how old the card is, and you also have to take into account how popular it is. Like there are some fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards that literally the only reason why they're popular is because they were from the fucking show.
yeah. I mean, so the main thing I like dislike about it is that like MTG doesn't get like into those wild fucking numbers. Like obviously there are cards that get into those wild numbers, like fucking what the fuck is
You can
it?
say the most classic one that everyone points to. It's okay, Julio.
I can't even remember it. It's
Fucking
fucking
Black Lotus or whatever the fuck.
yeah, Black Lotus. There you go. Black Lotus because it leads to some stupid first turn, actually 0 turn wins. But the even then, like nobody's using that in any tournament. Like Magic is much more it's much more grounded in like the actual competitive area because it doesn't have like that same kind of it doesn't have that same kind of power pull like Digimon and Pokemon have because people don't enjoy it doesn't have a show. It's not like some childhood nostalgia is going for it, except for some like very specific people
Yeah.
whose parents were into Magic to
Yep.
begin with. So it coming from that background, because Magic was the first card game that I ever really like super enjoyed. I've fallen off of it since then, but no, most of the cards, like even super old ones, they'll get reprinted. And that's another thing. Like the rotating sets cause a lot of reprints, so Magic cards get made more often. So they're
Yep.
just not as expensive at any given time because they're
Which, to be
always
fair,
there.
Pokemon's probably going to be turning into the same thing soon because they made an announcement saying that they were basically upping their production from like 3 billion cards per year up to like 9 or some shit. So pretty much all modern sets are going to take like a hard hit in their pricing because of how many more cards are going to be out there, how many more of the rare ones and shit.
Yeah,
So like I'm just like for the cards that I actually want to get graded specifically so I have the art like and like the card's pretty much impossible to actually bend or scuff or whatever the case may be. I'm waiting for those to just fucking hit a major fucking price drop. And
yeah,
then I'll grab them because I want them in my personal collection. But the
yeah,
ones that I want to sell, those are all going to be like fucking 2012 and earlier and
yeah.
older, I mean.
But nah, it's definitely something that I feel has gone down. I'm still waiting for the Pokemon TCG online client.
That's fair.
It,
I'll probably give it a shot. You'll have to stay on top of that, Julio. Let us know.
yeah,
Anyways, we've derailed enough. Let's move on to the next the next article.
Overwatch
Um,
sucks.
what?
That Overwatch sucks.
It does. It does.
yep,
Whether or not you support it, I don't give a shit. Me personally, I don't give a shit about the game. I don't care enough to know whether or not it fails or not. I'm just stating my opinion based off of what I've seen that I personally find acceptable in microtransactions if we really have to have them because at this point they're not going anywhere. We lost
yeah.
that opportunity back in the early 2010s.
Nah, games as a service is just where we're headed now.
Yeah,
Get
it's
with the
it's
times, old man.
yeah, basically. Um, let's see here. On to the next one. Call of Duty keeps bleeding millions of players. Activision has revealed in its latest earnings report that its games have lost over 30 million players in the last year alone. While Activision has published games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 and Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled in the past, the bulk of its monthly active users come from Call of Duty. By the end of March 2021, that number was 150 million. Yesterday, or not yesterday, fucking Tuesday, as of Tuesday, Activision revealed it had fallen to 94 million, which is, obviously still big numbers, but that's also a pretty big fucking dip. Um,
Mhm.
that speaks to broad struggles across the franchise, but especially in Vanguard, the newest Call of Duty game released last fall. This campaign was a brief and underdeveloped hodgepodge of World War II globetrotting. That's fair. And the campaign didn't, or the multiplayer didn't fare much better. In June of 2021, the previous year's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was the second best-selling game. In June of 2022, Vanguard didn't even make the list. Oof.
It's kind of wild.
Now that's rough. Let's see here. Activision's monthly active user count more than doubled after the release of Call of Duty Mobile in 2019 and then Call of Duty Warzone in 2020, but growth in those areas seems to be backsliding or flat at best. Warzone in particular has struggled in part because of the delays, bugs, and crossover updates tied to Vanguard earlier in the year. I'm not gonna say that it's specifically this person's fault for that, but I would say that there are some YouTubers that have shown like some of the more difficult or infuriating bugs that they've had to deal with, and I'm sure that's probably deterred a few people at least. Like, for example, FaZe Jev for like the last fucking 6+ months couldn't use the camo that to be able to get it, you had to get every attachment and camo of every gun in the game up to diamond, and then you got this camo. He couldn't even use that in Warzone.
God, that's so cool.
Damn.
He could not use it at all.
So cool.
So, I mean, things highlights like that, and apparently it wasn't uncommon either. Like they just fixed it like maybe a couple weeks ago, if that. For him specifically, anyways, like his problem. Um, the company's solution to all this is simple: more Call of Duty. That's a terrible ideology. The company confirmed in its report that it's doubling down on every facet of the military shooter, claiming the end of the year will usher in a new era for the franchise. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 comes out October 28th. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 experience will be spun off of that. And Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is also in the works, though Activision didn't deny Bloomberg's report that a major Call of Duty plan for 2023 has been delayed, which is good because they need to start giving more support to their fucking games. And if none of it works, well, that's no longer CEO Bobby Kotick and the rest of Activision Blizzard's leadership's problem. Unless it hits regulatory snags with the newly emboldened Federal Trade Commission, that company will be sold to Microsoft next summer. By next summer, the current execs will be on the hook for millions in bonuses, and even as many current employees still call for greater accountability on discrimination and other reported workplace issues at the publisher. What do you guys think about that? You think Call of Duty deserves to be having a declined population? Do you want to see it bounce back? Do you want to see something specific that'll help bring players back? What's up?
I've never really been super into Call of Duty. Like, honestly, I don't have like the Call of Duty lobbies of yesteryear nostalgia, so yeah, I probably wouldn't have as much to say as I'm sure you do. But for the most part, I think that like it's always sad to see like great IPs decline in the way they have, and
Yeah,
a lot of companies are like it just sucks because a lot of the companies that were our quote unquote childhoods are just starting to like hit this stagnation of where they didn't grow up with
yeah,
Mhm.
their player base, and now they're kind of feeling the pains of that.
yeah,
Yeah. It's upsetting to see the good parts of Call of Duty get taken down by way of the necessity to have an annualized franchise on their hands. Like when they are given the time and the resources to do the things that they want to do, you get games that come out like Black Ops 3 where for the most part people enjoyed that on every front. Same with like Black Ops 2 and just like I don't know, I'm probably wearing my age on my sleeve a little bit, but like the golden age of games where the campaign was super memorable, the multiplayer was a great time. They had some fucking crazy ass bonus mode that they didn't need to do but ended up being fucking phenomenal. I mean, you ask anybody that calls themselves a Call of Duty fan, I can't tell you one of them that doesn't have at least a memory playing through the multiplayer maps in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, trying to figure out the fucking raids on at least one zombie map at 3 a.m. on launch day. Like the communities that each individual game mode in that game were able to build and just have fucking explode is such a testament to what this franchise used to be and what I feel like it could be again if they cared enough to let them be that.
yeah. I agree with that. Just and also they aren't just very good at adapting because, like Julio said, they aren't dealing with a population that was growing up along with the franchise anymore.
Right.
It's one of those. Oh, Jesus Christ, deuces. Because yes, Modern Warfare 2, 3, and Black Ops 2 and that all that jazz were very good games, but at the same time, we were all in our teens that absolutely loved just having just stupid fun in a game that realistically looking back was not balanced at all.
No, in some aspects, definitely not. But I mean, fuck, I'll still go back a few times a year and play Black Ops 3 again.
Oh yeah,
Not
for
like
sure.
multiplayer or anything, but you know me, the resident zombies slut, I'll go fire up fucking 3 hours of a goddamn map just to fucking do it.
Yeah. And then you have players like Carter that loved zombies because, it was a fun pastime to have.
It was my introduction into fucking raids as a concept.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't play Warcraft. I didn't get it on Destiny year one. Like that was it. It was, hey, shoot the zombies, but also if you click on this thing, you're gonna start this fucking Lovecraft storyline where you have to kill a fucking tentacle monster. I'm like,
That's
that's rad. That's fucking rad.
that's fair. Me personally, I don't really know what they can do to the franchise at this point to help bring back older fans. Um, I've already told a couple of my buddies that are getting Modern Warfare 2 day one, and I'm just like, I'm waiting a while, my guy. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to rush into that because, like, I have some positives for Modern Warfare, but the game overall was not a fun experience because of how the game was designed. It's just like honestly don't know what they need to do to bring it back because I don't have time to be able to sink multiple hours into a game to debate really like how much I like it. I need to be able to see it from other people's point of view that have that time because this is their job.
Yeah.
That's the time that I have.
I personally don't think they would need to even change much to make it great again, and that's the fucking insane part to me. Like, the way it's set up right now, they have three major studios that do the games. There's Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer. They're all on. It's like a 3 year cycle that each of those studios allegedly have to make their game.
Yep.
I think it would be incredibly, incredibly to everyone's benefit instead of churning out a game every single year. Support your game for 2 years, then move on to the next one.
Well, it seems like that's what they're doing this time because
Give
apparently
them an extra year. That's all. I hope that's what they do. I hope those reports about next year being delayed are true.
that would be nice
I
because
think a year without a Call of Duty could be fucking gigantic. I think it's going to be such a huge wake up call.
it'll get rid of like that whole thing because everyone knows the cycle of everyone's on the newest Call of Duty for fucking 4 to 5 months until earlier the next year, and then they're just like, wait, this game's actually not that fun. So then they go back to the game that they do know, which is the previous year's Call of Duty, and they stay on that one until the newest one comes out the following year.
Yeah,
That
I
is the
mean, by
cycle.
no means do I agree to any video game being held to some fucking standard of this is how long you have to get it out, because obviously it's always going to result in a lesser product than if you just
Yeah,
let someone make what they want to make. But if they fucking need to print money, then that's a way more sustainable model for everybody involved
yeah,
than them just going, hey, 10 months, and then you have to spend another $80 on this fucking the new skin we put on the game,
yeah.
basically.
That's what I'm saying. And it's kind of it's a weird form of irony where it's just like Activision is so money hungry, but they're so greedy that they don't realize that they could have such a big cash pool if they would
It's
simply just
just
put more fucking time into their games.
it's just the instant gratification. That's all it is.
It's just wild to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something needs to happen. It needs to go into a different direction in all honesty, because this model is not sustainable. It's just not. If
I
they
mean, if
want
you can
their
get,
population to start going back up and actually exceed 150 million, something needs to happen,
yeah, I mean, fuck, look at even Ubisoft's figured that out somewhat with like
right?
Assassin's Creed.
Shit, fucking they have fucking Rainbow Six Siege still going on, And that game's
Yeah.
been out for fucking 7 going on 8 years.
I remember when that game came out, people thought it was going to flop, and they were like,
And
"No, we're going to keep
technically it
trying."
did. It did at first, but then they reworked the entire fucking game because they're just like, wait, we don't want this game to fail. And surprisingly, it didn't fail now. Now, there are obviously newer arguments that suggest that the game needs to be adjusted again because the game doesn't necessarily need some of the niches that it has as of right now. But
Yeah.
for the most part, there's a reason why the game steadily has 25K plus players on, regardless of the time that you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
then
wild what happens when you put care into your game.
yeah, and then you have games like For Honor as well, where it's just like, once again,
Mm,
they put time and care into the game, and it's still being supported. And that game's been out since what, like 2016?
Yep.
yeah.
When did that fucking game come out?
2015 or 2016.
Yeah, one of those two. I'm pretty sure it was 2016.
Yep,
Yeah.
no, 2017. Wait,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
Jesus
wait,
Christ.
hold on.
No.
No, this is saying two different things. No, you're right, 2016. So yeah, that game's been out for 6 years, and once again, you can say your fair share of fucking like issues that you have with the game and shit, and that's perfectly fine. But it's just like you still have to realize there's a reason why the game still has a population, and they just aren't listening. I just don't understand why. It's just crazy, baffling, crazy. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Insanity.
excuse me. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on the Call of Duty thing. You guys got any more thoughts on it?
If you want to play a fun little shooter and go like a fun shooter, AAA budget, totally worth your time, go buy Doom Eternal.
That's fair.
I think we've hit a point where that game's like $20 on the reg now.
Yeah, that game is definitely worth it. And it's, from what I've heard,
Phenomenal.
it's just as good as the first game was, or the
Oh,
first
I like
reboot
more.
back in 2016. I've also heard people say that, I mean, it's even better because I think they added more shit to it, obviously.
Well, they just
You haven't
smooth
played
the
it, Isaiah?
gameplay out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Oh
mean, you can
God.
fucking run it on anything, which is even more wild because that game looks gorgeous no matter what
It
settings
is
you're
on
playing it on.
everything. Dude, it's on fucking Switch.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it still runs at a fucking steady 40 plus
Yeah. That
frames,
shit buttery smooth. Yeah, go
which is
play. It's on
wild.
fucking Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. I think it's on PlayStation Premium as well. So
Probably.
like,
Just
I go play it.
one of the few franchises that Bethesda hasn't royally fucked up.
Go play Doom.
Yeah. So,
It's
but yeah.
not on the PlayStation thing, but
Oh well, I guess now we're gonna move into the final segment of fighting games. First up is Riot's League of Legends fighting game will be free to play.
No way, this is the final segment.
And it's the final set, anyways, because we got Multiverse after this. We
No,
got fighting
oh,
games
bro,
now.
you haven't even mentioned Pokemon.
Oh shit! I
there was
forgot
a
all about
whole
that.
Ain't no
fucking
way this
Pokemon
is the
Direct,
final
you
set.
fool.
Oh fuck no! Never mind. Hold on.
Jeez.
We'll talk about Riot first, and then we'll go into the Pokemon spiel.
Wow. I see where this man's priorities lie.
No, I completely forgot about that because the only part that I
Mhm.
watched was the segment on Scarlet and Violet at work.
That's all anyone watched.
Yeah, that's all anybody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about the Unite. Oh, cool,
The
5 new skins.
MOBA update.
Hey, come on,
We
man! They
had.
added Glaceon.
I don't
Hey, yo,
care.
bro.
Vaporeon's better. Let me explain why.
Yeah, dude. The field A group. No more. You
Oh
get no
shit.
more.
Let's see here. Riot Games has confirmed today, or as of August 1st, that its upcoming 2D fighting game, currently codenamed Project L, will be free to play. Kind of weird to call your latest game an L, but all right.
Oh,
Yeah, they just don't want to release the name. I have no idea why.
Project L. The fuck is this?
Haven't
This
even-
announcement was made in a video from executive producer Tom Cannon and a video posted to Twitter where he also promised with whatever monetization the team ultimately implemented would be respectable or respectful of both your time and your wallet. In the same video, Cannon confirmed that the team is currently finishing work on the game's core mechanics, and much of the team has already moved on to features like competitive play and social systems or designing champions. Um, One such champion was shown off briefly during the video, as well as in more detail in a subsequent blog post from Associate Game Director Sean Rivera. We got a closer look at concept art for Alawi, a prophet of the Great Kraken in Project L, which this concept art actually looks pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Okay. Alawi was released in League of Legends nearly 7 years ago.
Yeah, dude, she's old now.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Where
She's
she
actually yeah, she's actually been in the game for more than half of its lifetime now.
That is actually insane. I remember when she first came out.
Yeah, dude, stop being old.
I actually started playing League. I think the first time I ever played League was when either Rek'Sai came out or Thresh. I don't remember which.
Yeah.
Let's see here, nearly 7 years ago, where she used an artifact called the Eye of God to tear souls from the bodies of her opponents and judge their worthiness. And our allowing Project L is a powerful and charismatic spiritual leader with a dominating physical presence that gives her a large hitbox, big and powerful attacks, and slower movement. She fights with her giant totem, but also is assisted by her tentacled god, Nagaka Boros. Nagake Boros.
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki. I hate you. There are lots of detailed tidbits about her design and gameplay in the blog, which I will be putting all the articles in the description of the YouTube video, so you guys don't have to hunt for it. Project L is an. Oh wait, I don't know why the hell they repeated that. Why? That doesn't.
Yeah, it was stupid.
What the? Okay.
Learn to read.
Anyways, what do you guys think? You excited? Hate it? Love it? Looking forward to it? Don't give a shit? What's going on?
I'm incredibly excited for Project L. I've been like really into fighting games for the past like 2-3 years now. So
Okay.
Project L is definitely an exciting moment for me because I was never really into League when all you guys were, but I kind of had a resurgence here in the past like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but definitely their world has a lot of awesome characters, and there's a lot that it can do with a fighting game. And in all honesty, Riot at this point, hilariously enough, is probably one of the actual like game developers that I trust at this point in time.
Goddamn.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I understand that they have their own like skeletons in their closets and they've had their own issues, but like,
Shit, they still do.
yeah, as making games, as far as making games goes, they don't really have like a bad one out right now.
That's fair.
Except League.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't know. At this point, I am so far removed from the League of Legends franchise that I kind of just tend to do it out of spite now. I'm excited that people have more to invest into that game and that universe, but like, I don't like League. I don't like most MOBAs. I
That's
think the
fair.
only MOBA I've caught myself playing at least more than once the last year was Pokemon Unite.
I might try playing some
I
more later.
I didn't watch whatever the Netflix show was. I don't even have the name committed to memory.
Arcane.
Sure.
I got
Those
you,
are the
homie.
guys. Those are
Sure.
the guys that made the Batman games.
Yeah, dude. Powder from Arcane.
That's right. The only thing I could tell you about League is that there is a character named Fiddlesticks, and I think he's great.
Yeah, dude. The
Not
Diddler.
because of anything he is as a character. I just fucking love how the voice actor handled that character.
Diddlesticks.
I love it. It's all just fucking death metal screams, and it's insane. It's also the guy. It's also the same guy that voices Freddy in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, and he
Oh,
does
really?
like a crazy, wacky Joker impression in those games. Yeah, that
That's
dude's got
pretty
fucking
great.
range.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Like he
His
has
throat must be
videos of
fucked
him.
up.
Oh my god, it's insane. Like he has videos of him in his car, like doing all of his fucking voices, and like
I could not imagine it.
you are insane.
Yeah. Oh, his voice box will hate him later.
God, I don't know.
Jesus.
I'm happy people have something to be happy about. That's where I lie.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for a late 2023 release at this point. It sounds
I
like
think that's
it'll be
reasonable.
around where it's
How
coming.
long
Yeah.
ago did they announce that fucking? I don't know. It feels like there was a point they announced all this shit at the same
So this
They
time.
is the
announced Valorant, Project L,
Right.
and
Rune,
Legends of Runeterra.
and Legend. Oh no, and they did the Rune King, and they also announced they were working on an MMO all within the same conference.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was like
which
3 or 4
happened like
years ago.
Yeah, it was
yeah, it
back in
was
like
like
2019.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But
like the end of
yeah, no,
2019.
they finally at 2019 they were just like, yeah, so we're actually gonna start trying to compete with everyone else in the game market instead of staying in our own little bubble because
Which is
they
crazy
have
because they still kind of are in their own little bubble.
yeah,
Like they're not leaving their
they
fucking
don't need
universe.
to leave it ever. If they really didn't want to, they're just choosing to.
Yeah,
That's
so
Like
like
fine.
Riot Games is definitely a sleeper powerhouse. Like they have the funds and the fucking they have their coding could be a little bit better, but like the world that they
Right.
have built and the fan base that they have built over the last decade, they could do so much with, and they're finally starting to take advantage of it.
yeah, I mean
I
it's
guess
pretty
so.
great because when you're pretty much the only game of your kind in the market, other than like Dota 2,
You have
but
Dota,
Dota
which to be
2
fair, they
hasn't
have a
been
bigger like competitive scene, I think, and obviously they have a bigger price pool, but that's also because they have Steam's fucking entire
being backed by Steam.
yeah, like I'd really fucking hope they have a big ass prize pool when they're backed by that. I'd be kind of pissed
I
if they
do have
didn't.
a personal bias towards Dota just because of all the things that they have in that game that I adore.
Yeah,
Not only with things like the fucking announcer packs that they do,
you like
like
Dear Mommy, you like the Rick and Morty announcer pack.
I have the Rick and Morty announcer pack. I also bought the Gladys and the Stanley Parable narrator announcer packs when I
You
played
ever
it.
have you ever heard the interaction if you're playing Dryad in Dota 2 and you have the Rick and Morty pack? It's just Morty saying Dryad
No.
looks really cute, and then Rick is like, "Man, you want to fuck a deer? What the fuck is wrong with you, Morty? Don't worry, Morty.
No,
Don't worry, Morty. I won't."
no, I have not heard that.
Yeah, it's
That's
great. It's
incredible.
fucking yeah.
Um, they also, that's great. They also collaborated with one of my favorite metal bands, Humanity's Last Breath, on like this
Oh
fucking
yeah.
10-track EP last year. And it's just like a soundtrack you can buy for the game. And it's just like, I mean, they're like an incredibly, like if I have to equate that band to anything, it's like the soundtrack for the new Doom games with all of the electronica stripped out of it.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
just these fucking pummeling guitars and basses that are just there to make you go into a primal fucking rage.
dude,
And it's so good.
I just realized how much like Dota and was like it pretty much the only competition that exists for
Yeah.
Yeah, because people like to
that.
say, "Oh, well, Smite's there too," and it's like, but
No,
Is it
no,
not
they
really.
aren't. No, they had
They're
they're
something
they're
they're
going
all
on
they're
in like
justified.
2015, but no, they're a meme MOBA now, my guy.
I host a Discord that's got my own private server for Paragon.
yeah,
See
It
now,
streams
Paragon could
directly.
have been something. Like
yeah.
that shit could have definitely taken off. It's just it had no direction.
It had no direction, and it was the
And
same fucking
Fortnite happened.
studio. Yeah, I
Yes.
was just gonna say, like
And
that and
Fortnite.
Fortnite came out within 18 months of each other.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
I
just
was more
like
excited for Fortnite before Fortnite even came out. Like when they
before
announced that
Fortnite
game,
became a BR with that
when the pitch for Fortnite was it's a four-player
whole
PvE base building zombie survival
trap
game,
map. Hold up,
I'm
wait
like,
a minute. We aren't
fuck
making
yeah.
money. All right, what's big right now? PUBG, copy that. Do what they're doing. Fucking
Yeah, now everyone like, who the fuck is PUBG?
I haven't had that shit installed in years.
yeah, dude.
Rick and Morty just hit the dab on Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
let's go.
You're telling me that I can morb the shit out of Rick and
Like,
Morty?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has fucking nothing on the cultural melting pot that will forever be Fortnite.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane to me that as someone who was there day one, it's insane to see what that fucking beast has become.
Yeah. No, I was so upset when Paragon shut down.
Yeah,
But
no. I mean, to be fair, there could potentially be a like a resurgence, but we'll have to see how
There's
far
2
those.
revival projects
Yeah,
coming out
we'll have to
so
see how
far.
far those revival projects get. The one that we tried wasn't bad. It was actually a pretty decent playtest until like the server started crashing because it
Yeah,
got so
until
much
they all
unexpected
crashed.
fucking
Yeah.
got so much
Love.
unexpected what you call it.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of traffic all at once.
And I felt bad for
Yeah.
them, but I was just like at the same time, just like you should be happy about it, but at the same time, it sucks because now this traffic is gonna be able to not play the game, so now they're
Yeah.
just gonna fucking leave.
I remember I was sitting there for 2 days. I left the game up and I left my queue up when I went to work, and I still was in the waiting queue when I got back. I had an 8-hour waiting queue
Fucking wild.
to get into a
Nutty.
fucking game. I played 2 games over the course of 3 days, and each one was 45 minutes long because one of my teammates either left or they just weren't fucking there because they walked away from their computer for hours. So,
Jesus. But yeah, no. I hope that they do something with those revivals. I hope they keep continuing to get support because I do want to see a Paragon revival. Because as much as League is, for better or for worse, it's the most popular MOBA, so I'd like to see some actual
yeah,
competition. Because Dota's kind of in its own little sphere of like, it has some like social media like presence and shit, but its main shtick is high price pools and competitive. Whereas
yeah,
League has a high casual pool and then it has the competitive side.
yeah. So
But
we'll
yeah,
take
no,
a
I
look
want
at
to
it.
see them do. I want to see what they do with their universe because I think that it deserves it. They have so many characters that they could flesh out. They have so many types of games that they could flesh out. They have a lot of characters that they can mess around with for mechanics in different games. Like I want to see what characters they all put into Project L besides Alawi. Because obviously they're gonna have zoners. They have plenty of fucking characters that can do that. I can
So
almost
right,
I
guarantee you
hope.
that Lucian's in there.
I
so
hope
right now the
Timo gets a
characters that
spot.
are confirmed are Jinx, Echo, Ari, Darius, Alawi, and I think there's one more.
Is Timo there?
I swear to
I don't
God, I
know.
will uninstall the game. I don't want
Timo
to
is
see
I
that
would
piece of
there,
shit
okay.
anymore. All right, I
but
hate
Oh,
that champion.
goddamn.
No, I
Wow.
fucking hate that champion.
Wowie.
Piece of shit. No, Alawi. Pronounce it right.
Julie Mama.
Wowie. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, no. I'm extremely excited to see, and I definitely want to see their MMO too. I want to see them explore all the different regions that they have hyped up over the last decade. I want to be able to explore them. Yeah, there's just
I
so much
just
potential.
hope it comes out at this point
I hope it
because
does too, because we haven't
there's
really
been
heard much about it, to be honest.
so the last informational tweet that we got was from the director, and it literally said, "I don't know if this game is coming out now."
Oh,
So
well, see now.
Sweet.
yeah,
Please
The
don't goof it
mark
up,
of
Riot.
quality.
That's unfortunate. I hope it doesn't get canceled. Please
no,
no.
because it can be huge.
It can be
Because
insanely huge.
the League of Legends world is probably the best thing they got going for them.
They really do. They can do a lot with it. Use the
That's
potential,
the only
goddamn.
thing they have going for them.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot going for them at this point.
I mean, like Tencent maybe, but not Riot.
Riot, dead, dude. Riot
Outside of
just ain't
League,
gonna die.
I know,
What do you
but
mean?
like outside
Riot
of
doesn't need
League,
anything other
they're
than League.
right.
That's the
But
main
like,
thing.
I don't know.
Like
It's
even
okay.
Legends of Runeterra. I don't know if you know this, but
No,
it's
I don't.
actually
I don't know what that is.
it's their card game, but it's hemorrhaging money, and they're just keeping it afloat because it literally only exists to pull card game nerds into League of Legends.
And then
Like
they go to League of Legends.
yeah,
They
all the
should play
games they
Gwent.
make are not for like that fan base. It's literally just so that they can pull them into the actual like brand.
Yeah.
They should just play Gwent.
True.
If only
Fuck
Gwent
all
didn't
other.
suck now.
Nah. You just gotta play Gwent
Nah,
or
Gwent is pretty
Hearthstone.
ass right now. Hearthstone also super ass right now.
I would say the Pokemon TCG, but they pulled the old app and they still haven't put the new one out yet.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I hate it. Master Duel just got casual mode though, so
Did it?
Hell yeah,
for
good.
all
Maybe I'll get
you
back into that.
nerds out there.
I mean, I'll probably still stick to ranked, but
I am so fucking far gone from how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! From when I was a kid. It's gonna take me so goddamn long to relearn.
here's the thing. I mean, to be fair, I never actually knew how to play the fucking game. I just kind of did whatever fuck I wanted.
I mean, back when I was a youngin', it was pretty fucking easy. You threw out Dark Magician, you didn't attack Blue Eyes White Dragon because it had 500 more attack points, and then it was just a fucking pissing contest until you ran out of life points.
Maybe
And
that's
now
what
we're
we
like
should do, Julio. We should
Pot of
have him
Greed's
experience modern
banned. I'm like,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pot of Greed
What?
lets you draw 2 cards. Why is that
First
turning
turn
shit?
kill.
Pot of Greed, all it does is let you draw 2 cards. Why the hell is it banned? Fucking idiot.
What if those cards are shit? Like, you know,
What if I
what if you
pull
just draw
another
another
pot of
Pot of
greed?
Greed?
Telling me Blue Eyes White Dragon has 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense? Of course I'm gonna play this in every deck.
This is just some guy's arm. This card sucks.
Sucks.
Yes.
But
Galaxy Eyes Dragon.
Bring
Better
back
Blue
Dark
Eyes.
Magician Girl.
better blue eye. I actually ran into a fucking Reddit thread today that said, "How do you guys like better blue eyes?" And it was just
Yeah,
a picture of Galaxy
Everybody knows.
Eyes.
Yeah. Everybody knows that that's literally what that is.
It really is. It's unfortunate
Dark
too.
Magician Girl's my favorite.
Yeah.
He likes it for
Are
the
you gonna
plot.
play the Magician Girl deck?
No, I am not.
He likes
I'll
it for
build
the
one
plot,
for
dude.
you. Yeah, dude.
That's okay, bud.
He enjoys himself some berry Magician Girl.
I just
My
like
personal
staring at
favorite is
that.
chocolate.
Shit.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
All I know about what that means is what you guys have told me about it. So
Speaking of card games, have you heard from your mom, Julio?
Yeah, she couldn't find those cards.
Oh.
Fuck. No, I'm
Yeah,
playing.
they were in a backpack, and she's like, "Man, that backpack don't exist here right now."
It don't exist.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I mean, it exists in a very crumpled up car. That's about it.
Yeah.
Shit. It's all good. It's all good.
Do you see pre-orders for the new Pokemon shit went up today?
Yeah.
New Pokemon what?
Comes out in like October. The new
The new
Pokemon
Pokemon games.
card set.
I mean, I pre-ordered mine and I got a fucking Hisuian Arcanine
No, not
to
the
throw.
games. You ding dong. The new fucking Pokemon card set.
I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about the
Okay.
Pokemon card game.
No, I was talking to Isaiah.
Yeah, no, I thought you. Okay, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Lost Origins is supposed to be crazy because there's an alternate art Giratina that's in there that's fucking crazy looking.
I mean, yeah, if my boy's on the box, I assume he's gonna be repping some crazy shit.
Well, there's also gonna be a Hisuian Zoroark too. In it.
Wild.
That's it.
Yeah, Hisuian Zoroark is pretty dope.
Yeah, no, I seen that shit in like a 2-minute short that they posted on that one app that they have exclusively for Pokemon shows and shorts.
Yeah.
And it
The
popped
Pokemon
up,
channel.
and Zoroark's color scheme for Hisuian form is actually pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Did you not see it in Legends Arceus?
I haven't beaten it yet.
But you didn't see him?
Bro,
on this shit.
I haven't even.
You haven't even left like the second fucking area.
I'm actually in the second area.
You need to play that game.
To be fair, though, I'm supposed to be fighting Cleavor here soon.
It's so fun.
Oh shit. But yeah, no. The next Pokemon set I heard is gonna be pretty bussin'. So I'll probably buy like an ETB or two, see what's going on in it.
It's gonna be bussin'.
I bought a total of 1 tin of Pokemon Go and then 1 ETB, and I ended up getting the Radiant Charizard, which as of right now was like $45 fucking ungraded, which is wild. And then I got a Rainbow Dragonite V-Star, the regular Mewtwo V-Star, and then a Radiant Blastoise too. So I got a pretty decent amount of pulls. I was pretty happy with what I got. So I haven't bought any more since.
Damn.
But yeah. So why don't we move on to Pokemon itself? Actually, since we're on the subject, Might as well
Hell
go
yeah.
jump into that. So, who here watched the whole presentation thing?
Your mom.
Me.
You. All right, Julio, you're taking the spotlight. Tell us what happened and tell us the highlights.
All right. So right now let me. I watched this like 3 days ago now. I need to look at the fucking.
Now we sit here while we wait for our new host, our intermediate host to
Yeah, thank you.
Ben and stuff.
For the intermittent.
Dickhole.
That's rude.
All right, so let's see where this shit started. All right, yeah, Pokemon World Championships 2022. We're going back to being live. Hooray!
Whoa.
Woo! But first live tournaments that have been happening since all the world got locked in their homes for a while.
Yeah.
But so that's super dope, super cool. I've always been about competitive Pokemon. That's honestly where I think Pokemon should be looking at where all their shit is. Not to say that the games can't have great stories, but they've always been kind of secondary to the actual gameplay for me.
That's fair.
But that's the first thing that they talk about in here. The second thing is pretty much like general merchandise releases. Cool. Pokemon Go having
Consumerism.
Pokemon Go having a new fest for all this thing. But it's a lot of in-person events that they just kind of wanted to start up with, and Pokemon Go kind of doing damage control after people got really lazy after Pokemon Go let them catch a shit ton of shit from their couches, and now that they're rolling it back, people are mad. So now they're doing damage control with this event, and different. They're adding an incense that pretty much lets you catch things within like 15 minutes of you. So
Okay.
that's about all they got. Pokemon Unite's first anniversary is happening. They're adding a bunch of new maps and events, which sounds super cool. Looks like Regigigas is going to be one of them. That sounds pretty dope, actually. I might have to play this again. Bring back the Cinderace, start dunking on actual literal 5-year-olds again.
It's absurd.
Oh yeah, that's right. Buzzwole is also getting released with.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Where the heck else is this going on? Pokemon Masters EX 3-year anniversary. They're adding a bunch of new systems to the game. Mostly like bond systems. Most gachas have those now, because people really like to have those awesome connections with their ones and zeros. But Pokemon Cafe also coming out with.
Why did you
laugh?
have to say it like that?
What else is in
This
there?
motherfucker says,
tell me
man,
what
people
I
just
said that
love
was
to have close connections with their ones and zeros. Anyways,
Yeah,
Fucking
because
A.
what? All right,
so
tell
much
me what
shade.
part of that was wrong.
There's just so much shade
What? Is
thrown.
it shade?
Nah,
I play Azure Lane. Like, I know exactly what they want the bond system for, because it's fun, because it's cool, because I don't know. Yeah, so like, I don't know, man. I like having bonds with my ones and zeros. That's why I play Pokemon.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, but Pokemon Cafe also getting an update. Mewtwo coming in. A bunch of cute artwork. I've never actually played Pokemon Cafe. I've definitely heard from some of my friends that it's actually pretty fun and pretty cool.
I had never even heard about it until I seen
terrible.
It's just kind of like a match 3 game, except everything's in a fucking pile.
It's all
Interesting.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
then obviously the last half is talking about the actual Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet. A bunch of things are confirmed off of this. Oh, dude, I didn't even see that the first time I watched it. That was a sauce book.
Yeah.
That was actually a soft spoke.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like seeing a soft spoke
You're
because
fine.
nobody ever really fucking.
That's fair. Salisbury is one of those underrated Pokemans.
Yeah, but no, uh, new gen. Fuck, is it Gen 10 or Gen
9.
9? There we go,
9.
Gen 9. Sorry, there's too many now.
I
I'm
don't
too
know.
old. But no, new Gen 9 looks fucking gorgeous so far. I realize that at the beginning there's a big disclaimer that says none of this is like none of the words and shit happen in game. If the game looks like partially as smooth as this, it'll be nice. Obviously there's some like they still haven't completely gotten rid of the pop-ins, but they did make it less terrible by making less basically they lowered the textures so that things can be loaded as you get closer. Is definitely something a lot of people noticed in the actual gameplay of the games as you're going through the videos.
Okay.
A bunch of people were shown the. It was revealed that there are 3 different storylines to follow: gym leader storyline, and then the other 2 were not revealed. I'm guessing that they have something to do with the legendary storyline because they
Mm.
have decided to split those apart since pretty much since the last gen, pretty much. Maybe Ultra
Yeah.
Sun and Ultra Moon too. I never played those, so
I
I don't
didn't
really
either.
know
I didn't play Sun and
how
Moon
much
or
it is.
Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but
All
but
right.
there's
One
that. They
thing to
also
note, I was just going to say one thing to note with the whole beat the gym leader, become the best thing that they announced with this one. There is no set order for you to beat the gym leaders in.
Oh,
yeah,
so they're
it's all
finally
open world.
taking one
It is like
out of the
properly open
show.
world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all open world.
So I wonder if they're just going to make it so that their level of difficulty balances directly from like whatever Pokemon you go to see them in.
Yeah, so
It'll
that's
it'll be
what the
interesting.
actual in-show lore says. Like, if you ever go to battle a gym leader, it only makes sense that you would battle whichever gym leader is in the town you lived
Yeah.
in.
Well,
So,
there's that scene from Pokemon Origins where Red goes to fight Brock and he's got like a full fucking kit and
yeah,
he's
there's
like,
different
"Nah,
teams.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
use these two."
Yeah, there's different teams. So every gym leader has multiple teams for different skill levels.
I
So,
love that.
Makes
I
sense.
love
I
that
like
they're
that.
incorporating that.
yeah, but I'm assuming that they're not going to have like different teams in this game. I'm assuming that there's just going to be leveled up or leveled down depending on where
Probably be
you're at.
quicker,
Yeah. Keep your hopes in check on that one as far as
yeah.
the
Yeah.
open world gyms go.
Fair.
Definitely you're in a school which is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It's supposed to apparently the lore is that it's like a college mixed with high school, so like all of the characters are like between 11 and 19, which is funny, but you know, there's that. Uh Other than that, there's terrestrialization, which is this game's gimmick, which like a lot of people were not even theorizing, it was from leaks. Leaks were saying that there were going to be like type changing gimmick was going to be the gimmick for this generation. I think that's pretty
Hmm.
cool. I think that there's a large design space that you can do with that. One of the things I did note is that terrestrialization is different per Pokemon.
Uh huh.
So you could have an Eevee that has a water type terrestrialization or a normal type terrestrialization or maybe a fire type terrestrialization. I don't know how deep that's going to get.
Okay.
Hopefully, hopefully the game will come out with something that'll allow you to change the terrestrialization type. I'm hoping for that
Or at least have a little
because
more credence over it.
yeah, because right now they definitely mentioned that there were rare terrestrialization types
Hmm.
because you can get those in the raids.
Okay.
Uh, this game is also fully multiplayer. I don't know what exactly that's going to look like other than you guys basically just roaming around the same world. And it did look like there were a lot of overworld Pokemon. I'm assuming they're going to go the way Sword and Shield did, where you're going to have overworld Pokemon are different from Pokemon that you can find in the grass. Because I'm
Yeah, it didn't look
assuming
like
that
they were
those.
quite going the Legends Arceus route with that. But
Yeah, because um, other than that, the combat looked very reminiscent of Legends Arceus. We
Which I
didn't
do
see,
like.
Mhm.
yeah, we didn't see any of them move things. I've heard rumblings of maybe they'll bring back the like quick strong thing. I don't know if I enjoyed that so much.
I don't
And
think.
Maybe a little weird.
I don't know if I would like that in a mainstay game though.
Yeah, yeah, that's the main thing. That one I'm pretty sure isn't real, so I'm kind
I
of not
didn't care
giving that
for
one
it
any.
much.
Yeah, I'm kind of not giving that one as much credence. But so far the games do look really nice, and it as long as they run as smooth on the Switch as they did in this, I think that Pokemon is really starting to figure out the 3D model that they have been definitely trying to do for a long time.
Hmm.
Whether or not they've been succeeding at it
It's a different
is
story.
pretty yeah, it's a different story. But this definitely looks really good so far. You get the legendaries from the get go. They're vehicles of some sort. It appears to be. Everybody's ragging on Scarlet right now because the dude has wheels, but Miraidon just decides to run everywhere anyway.
Fucking loser.
Yeah. But there wasn't any mentions for any of the version exclusives or anything. I kind of expected that. Uh, the whole thing itself was kind of bare on like what all they wanted to show you. Like they mentioned stuff that was kind of already a given. Like we already knew it was going to be open world.
It
We
was
already
it
knew
was
there
very
was going to
light
be
on the new stuff.
yeah. It did. If you were looking at the trailer for certain things, you could definitely find like, okay, well, here's some Pokemon that are definitely confirmed to be
For
in this
sure.
game right now.
Like Pikachu.
Yeah.
For sure. For
Um,
sure.
I was really hoping for at least starter second stage evolutions to be shown. I didn't think that they would, but I was hoping for it. Kind of sad it didn't happen, but
Yeah.
that's mostly on me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, no,
I think they're just trying to
mostly
save
on me.
themselves from the embarrassment that Sprigatito is totally going to be bipedal when it's done growing.
Sprigatito is going to be bipedal. Everybody who doesn't want that, you can go ahead and maul and cope. There's definitely been one leaker who is verifiably like correct about pretty much all the stuff he's leaked,
Yeah.
and because and right now I think he said there's like 7 new waifu and husbando mons that are being added to the game. This is the direction the game is going in, whether you like it or not. That's the direction Pokemon has decided to take their game. Kind of weird, I think. Kind of funny,
I
but
don't know
you
about
know,
any of that. I will say the two new Pokemon that they drew a lot of attention to with this one, I fucking love. Um, the first one being my boy Paladin Wooper.
oh yeah,
He is a groundwater type, presumably.
relaxing in my
Or
goo.
no, sorry, they said ground poison, didn't they?
Yeah, he's ground poison, and
He's
he
ground
has
poison.
yeah, and he has I think I've heard he has water absorb, which is
And
Ooh.
wild to think
he
about.
he looks like a malted milk ball, and I fucking love him.
Yeah,
He's just a little chocolate boy.
but
And then also the new dog, fucking Fido.
Fido, yeah,
I love
people be
him.
loving Fido right now.
I Fairy types are very quickly becoming my favorite overall like
Yeah,
type of Pokemon.
ever
Like
since
the
Fairy
designs are
type came
so
out,
good.
yeah, Fairy type came out, and I'm
Fido,
like, yep, this is mine.
yeah, Fido is it's following the trend that started in like Gen I don't know what Gen 5 with the dessert Pokemon. Um,
Yeah.
he is a dog that is just made out of bread. He is a bread dog.
I can't wait to see that evolution.
I God, I love him,
But
and the pun's great. Like his name is Fido. It's they nailed it. They fucking nailed it. I love him.
what do you guys know which one you're planning on getting? I'm planning on getting Scarlet because Unga Boonga Professor activates my neurons. But
I like every other game. It's going to come down to the version exclusives.
so I know what those are right now because those have been leaked. But
I will wait for the. I have no reason to doubt the leaker. I will wait for the list.
but
I'm not clamoring at the bit unless they're like, hey, here's a level fucking 50 max IV perfect shiny Togepi for a pre-order bonus.
they
I
have
don't care.
confirmed Tyranitar and Salamence are two of the
As version exclusives.
yeah, those two are version of
Which one
exclusives.
is going
See,
into which?
Let me see.
and the other thing that they announced yesterday that doesn't really make me sweat it too much, you are able to get both versions of games if you're playing multiplayer with someone who has the other version. Like they just combined the Pokemon pools for both games if you're playing
So Salamence,
full versions.
Ice-Q are Violet. Yeah, Salamence and Ice-Q
I
are
kind of want
Violet.
Violet over Scarlet. I might cancel my pre-order and get Violet instead because not only do I usually get the blue version if there is one for Pokemon, but I also like the one for or the legendary for Violet a lot more.
Violet's purple,
Yeah, Miraidon.
stupid.
Yeah. Listen, Miraidon definitely looks like the. It's definitely the better looking. Has the better animations out of the two for the movement. But
Yeah, if you buy the game based on box legendaries, I'd say it's pretty easy to score around.
yeah, but not also the Paradox Pokemon. Paradox Pokemon, Koraidon will probably give you a lot of Hisuian forms that you've already seen before if you want the new future versions.
Yeah, I'm
Koraidon,
gonna be interested to see how they end up
yeah,
integrating those.
Violet will probably. That is also the name that they have given the time traveling
Hmm.
forms is Paradox. So
Interesting.
yeah, they are a Paradox Pokemon. But
I'm still holding out hope for a post game like the Gen 3 remakes. I love that it was just a hey, go fly around, find wormhole, get legendary Pokemon.
so I'm hopeful
All
that'll happen. I'm
86 legendaries.
pretty sure that DLC is the way of the future for Pokemon.
Probably. I did not care for the rating in Sword and Shield. I
It
hope
Really?
was
they
alright,
refine a lot
but
of
I
that.
got annoyed with how tedious it was. I did like the mechanic because I guess it gave more incentive or like a bit more of a challenge. Or it gave a challenge but also made it kind of easier to catch legendaries in the DLC. Because
Yeah,
on one hand, yes, the raid battles were kind of more annoying and more tedious, but at the same time, I think I could count on one hand how many times I failed to capture a Pokemon in a raid battle when we beat it.
yeah, yeah.
For me, it was never like getting to the Pokemon and fucking up the capture. It was trying to get to the Pokemon,
That too.
especially if you're playing it solo and then it's just, hey, this person has a Minun and they're just gonna spam helping hand and not actually fucking attack anything.
Yeah, I need them
Yeah.
to up the ante on the movesets for the AI if they're gonna put those in there, cause
So I know that they did buff the actual actions you can take in raids,
Like, better,
like
right?
as a
Especially if
player.
they're not bringing back
So
Gigantamaxing.
yeah, but terrestrialization looks pretty dope. Super excited for that. Definitely gonna open up the game a lot. I'm just hoping that they either make because it sounds like it's gonna be limited to certain types for certain Pokemon. So I'm hoping that they at least add some types that will create cool interactions rather than just
Yeah.
randomly giving giving them some shit that isn't gonna help their viability at all.
Yeah.
It's definitely got the potential to be like the most interesting gimmick that they've had since Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, definitely. Also, they look pretty
I wish
dope.
they just
I'm not gonna lie.
stuck
I
though.
like
Oh
the
no, I love the
shiny.
designs.
Yeah,
Eevee looks rad.
yeah. The giant fucking gem on his head.
Yeah,
Dumb as
and
hell.
fucking
I love it.
flying Pikachu.
Yeah. Bunch of
Really
balloons.
love him.
Fucking. But nah. I mean, that's about it for the Pokemon Presents.
No Pokemon Sleep news, damn it.
Nope.
You guys remember Pokemon Sleep?
I do. The game.
They announced it back in like 2019. It's been
Yep.
fucking radio silent.
Yep. Dude, everybody who's loving it is sleeping right now.
I
True.
guess.
Yeah.
They're beta testing it real hard, guys.
Yeah. But nah. Yeah. Definitely getting Scarlet right now.
All right.
But
All right.
mostly because I know Hisuian Mischievous is gonna be in Scarlet, so
Oh, fuck.
and I do love
I
me
don't
a
know.
Scarlet.
If they end up pooling both sets of Pokemon in with multiplayer, I'm really not gonna sweat it that much.
I already know that Carter is gonna have to go for the one with fucking who is it?
If they version exclusive Togepi, I'm fucking
Not
rioting.
Togepi. The other
Good.
one. The other one that you love.
Oh, the dog?
No, B Gen 2 B. Ground B.
Gen 2B.
Ground Snake B thing. The fuck
Ground
is it?
Ground.
Snake B from Gen 2. Am
What
I
the
having a
fuck is it?
stroke?
No, I think you're hearing that right. I'm still confused though.
I'm pulling up my
I
Gen 2 decks.
I honestly have forgotten its name. This almost. I
Gen
promise this never
2
happens.
Snake B.
Where is it? Isn't it Gen 2?
Like,
There's
this
no
isn't
way
even
this.
me keeping a bit at this point. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
There's no way this Pokemon is Gen 1. There's no way this Pokemon is Gen 3. I refuse to believe that. There you go, Dunsparce. There we go.
Jesus fuck. No. Hang
No.
on. No. No. We don't get to just gloss over that. What the fuck? Where did Snake Beak come
All right,
from?
look at this thing and tell me that this isn't a fucking Sukino.
That's not. What does that have to do with it being a snake?
A Tsuchinoko?
Tamagotchi.
Jeez.
This is a Tsuchinoko. It's what it's based on. A Tsuchinoko is like a really squat, fat snake that brings luck. That's what. If you didn't know, that's what Dunsparce is based on.
All right.
But
The more you know.
yeah,
No
it even is
Dunsparce
like the
fan in the
second
world
image
would
that comes
actually
up.
know anything about Dunsparce.
But anyway, Dunsparce does have an evolution in this game.
Thank
So
God they're finally making him not
Good.
useless.
My boy needs a buff.
He needs something.
I'm telling you, man, dude, Gen 9 is going to be a Gen 2 renaissance.
but
Between the Dunsparce evolution and my boy Wooper, like it's going to be great.
there's also a Primate evolution.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
wasn't it like a ghost
Yep.
where he's actually dead from his fucking? Because like his Pokedex entry in the early games was like he gets so mad that he dies from his
Yeah.
rage,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then like the
Jesus.
Evo is
Yeah.
the ghost of his fucking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I'm dead, my
Yeah.
anger still lives on.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
But no. Anyway, that's all of the news. I mostly
Alright.
just wanted to know which one you guys were planning on playing at this point.
I mean, I have
'cause
Scarlet
We're getting to the time.
pre-ordered just because my buddy Carter. You remember Carter Rowell, Julio?
Yeah.
I went in there one day and he kept badgering me. He needed like a pre-order. He needed me to pre-order something, otherwise he was gonna start getting like gonna start getting badgered about not getting enough pre-orders. So I just pre-ordered one just to get him to shut up. And then he pushed his luck by saying, "Well, you should pre-order both." I'm like, "You're lucky I'm doing one. Shut up."
I know Carter Rowell. His mom used to babysit me.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. But all right, well, this shit has been going for 2 hours, so we have enough time to talk about one more thing. I figure since all that's left is multiverse, why don't we just talk about the Evo thing?
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Take it away, Julio.
Multiversus at Evo. Multiversus is
Good
gonna be at
night.
Evo. It is at Evo. Currently they're going to do the final 32 tomorrow. LeBron and Iron Giant were banned for the tournament. Iron Giant because he's an experimental character. It says there right on his entry. And LeBron is banned because he was added so late into the game. There's a giant update planned for after Evo. Currently, the Multiversus prize pool is the largest in Evo history, which is pretty wild considering it's like 3 weeks old at this point.
That is pretty insane.
Yeah. It actually shattered the last record by nearly 50%. The last record was by Street Fighter at $70,000. Multiversus prize pool is currently at 100,000.
Disgusting. When you
Yeah,
guys when you guys going? Y'all been working on that multiverses game, dog.
Dude, I wish, because apparently, like, the casters did the math, and like everyone in the top 32, they're guaranteed at least $1,700.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's more
So
money for cards.
We could sweat that hard.
I can sweat hard enough. Come on.
Dude, right now the Bugs Bunny meta, we could sweat that hard.
But yeah, so that's what's going on for Multiverses. Still the largest fighting game on pretty much any platform at this point by a large margin.
Like Valve even came out this week and confirmed that it's the biggest game on Steam Deck right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice.
That's actually insane.
It's massive.
So if you want an excuse to get a Steam Deck, there you go. Mobile Multiverses.
And Elden Ring on the shitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But no, Multiverses has been great. Season 1 was delayed.
Which I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they make a great product.
Yeah.
So
basically,
I have a lot of faith in first player games. Their director has been definitely very active on Twitter. Definitely interacting with the community, making sure that everyone knows like what is happening with them as a studio.
He's been super vocal. He actually came out, one of the first things that he said with everything going on this week, they are apparently not affected by whatever's going on with all the fucking other Warner Brothers shit at all.
Yeah, and he quashed that pretty fast too.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping this is just a case of quality assurance for them, which it definitely feels like. But
it's pretty good, But yeah, I think that's the last bit of stuff that we had for y'all tonight. Pretty decent amount, pretty decent. Some surprising pop-ups came through, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So, if you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to drop a follow both here on the Twitch channel, as well as follow my boy Markov's Twitch. I would plug Faulty's socials and shit, but he doesn't do shit.
No, I do have a Twitch. That's true.
I mean, he does have a Twitch. He's just never used it. It's fine.
Nope. I actually have used it once.
Oh.
Yeah, to watch me.
No, back when Duelist first came out, I actually did stream that. I used to stream that.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Once that game went away, he was like, "Nah, I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm out of here."
Pretty much. Nah. I thought about streaming the weekend alpha, which was actually really good, by the way. But
Did you?
anyway.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good. It was just super aggro. They went back to draw 2. Anyway, I'll talk about it later.
Anyways, speaking of socials, go follow or go subscribe to the YouTube. That's where we put all of our VODs for the podcast, as well as I've had Markov over here, as well as a couple other people in the stream team saying that they want to start posting shit on YouTube. So you might see some stuff popping up besides VODs. Be sure to go follow my Twitter. That's also where I will put VOD, or I should say, that's where I usually post my Twitch or YouTube info when I'm going live and shit like that. Working on still trying to get more people into Discord, so join it. That's where we want people to go so they can introduce more topics, so we have more variety from the community. We added some more stuff there thanks to a friend of mine and also a mutual streamer. So there's a bit more stuff in there and a couple more bots. Um, as for anything else, I don't really have anything else except for next stream of mine is probably going to be more Digimon Survive. I enjoyed it for the hour and a half that I did play it. However, I was falling asleep at my chair because I was tired for some fucking reason. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted to, but we'll get back there.
Yeah, that game is thick, and you definitely want to pay attention while you're
Yeah,
playing it.
it's pretty interesting so far. The music is definitely really good. I liked it so far. The intro was
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal. Like the intro music or whatever, the intro credits, that shit is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, no, that game looks beautiful.
Yeah. But I think that's all we got for y'all tonight. Stay healthy. Don't get monkeypox. Drink water. And that's all I got. Say your outros, boys.
To everyone at Evo, have fun, stay safe. Really wish I could have went this year, but didn't really turn out that way. So
Yeah.
have fun, be cool.
There's a new update for Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl that came out like 2 hours ago. Hugh Neutron has dropped. I repeat, Hugh Neutron has dropped in Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. Go now.
Sound the Fallout sirens.
All
Yeah.
100 of you, go play
If
Nick
that.
All
Enter the
Stars.
Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
But all right, lads, this is where we're gonna part ways. So have a good one. Deuces.
Bye.